Alright, let's go ahead and go with the second case here. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, really? He just dies right away? Okay. Something to do with the bell, I guess, is important. Oh god. A dog is involved? Oh, I'm not gonna like this. Visitors room detention center. Still no sign of them, huh?
Yeah. How long do they intend to keep us waiting?
No, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sure the guard will bring him in any second now.
The killing of Bastion Rook? It's been 2 days since the incident at the park, and today, we're paying a visit to the detention center. Our aim, of course, is to interview Bronco Knight, who has been charged with the murder. His trial is due to start tomorrow, and I am to be the prosecutor behind the bench. What's taking so long? You there, what's going on?
I don't know, sir.
We've got a situation! It's Knight. He's been killed. What? Killed in the detention center?
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for?
Right. Guard, take us to the crime scene at once. Yes, sir. So it didn't happen in the holding cells? But surely that was where he was being held.
Thank you, Lauren. Welcome. Hey, Cash.
Where are you taking us? Doesn't this door lead to the prison proper? Yes.
You mean those other cells aren't part of the prison?
Not exactly, no. Those are the detention center's holding cells. That's where defendants are kept while they're awaiting trial. The area beyond this door serves a rather different purpose. Yeah, it's where people who are convicted serve out their time.
Hey, MJ, hello.
I suppose you could say it's the last place a great thief should ever want to be. I've unlocked it, sir. Please follow me. That's Knight, all right. And he's dead. How could this have happened? And how did he wind up inside the prison proper?
The workshop, okay. Interesting. No, this isn't a beat 'em up, it's just a crime scene game. I like it a lot so far. This second game didn't come out in America until now, so
I can hardly believe it myself, but there can be no doubting the evidence of our own eyes.
And what's he doing here? I thought he was being held in the detention center, no?
He was. He must have been. His trial hadn't even begun yet. The law states that until convicted, Suspects are to be kept in cells separate from the main prison. Only those who have been found guilty are sent to the prison proper. There's no way Knight should have been in here. Maybe he wandered his way over? Okay. The detention center and the prison are separate not only by 2 heavy doors, but also a lengthy corridor. That would have been a long way to wander, especially for a detainee. I suppose we'd better take a good look at Knight's body. We'll need to examine the scene of the crime carefully if we want to get to the bottom of this. Okay.
What's with all the weird equipment?
I'm not sure, but I don't sense anything particularly suspicious here.
Smells weird, though. Kinda musky, like wet fur.
I didn't know you had such a keen nose.
Oh, it's nothing special, really, except when it comes to sniffing out treasure.
Remind me to steal all my valuables away in airtight containers.
No way, Mr. Edgeworth. I'd never steal any of your stuff.
But you would happily steal someone else's? I'm not sure that's entirely reassuring.
It's a sink.
It doesn't seem to contain any useful clues.
Nope. No whiff of the treasure here either.
You do know we're not actually looking for treasure, right?
Oh good, yeah, we get to look up and down.
Looks like a pulley of some kind.
Maybe the prisoners use it for work?
I suppose so, yes.
Okay, so I know you're gonna say no, but...
Absolutely not, Kay. You are permitted to swing on- You are not permitted to swing on that rope.
I knew it!
I should have known you were being serious.
Weird having something like this in a prison, huh? Hello, thank you for following. A cage inside a cage.
Technically, Kay, a prison isn't made up of cages, but cells.
Goblin, yes, I am a goblin. What's the difference? No offense, Mr. Edgeworth, but you've got to look at the basic nature of things more.
Yes, and the basic nature of an investigation is the pursuit of accurate facts and information. These traps are rather colorful. Tarps are rather colorful.
Thick goblin, yep. I'm very wide. They kind of stand out in a room like this, don't they?
They certainly don't look like they belong in a prison.
Look, there's a whip on top of them. You know who that reminds me of, right? Hey, maybe it's actually hers. Maybe she left it here?
Not a chance. She and her whip are attached to the wrist. Trust me. There was a rope near Knight's body, too.
Speaking of which, want to see my super stealthy
rope escape trick? Thanks, but I'll let you know when I'm in need of saving. She seems genuinely disappointed. This part of the floor is covered up with dirt. You know what that means, sir? Footprints! Too many footprints, unfortunately. We'll need a specialist to identify them. Guess we just gotta wait till forensics get here. Yes, and in the meantime, if you could refrain from treading all over it.
Miles, you're the one that's actually standing on it.
Wouldn't want to slip up and get the old jacket dirty, huh? Good point, Mr. Edgeworth, thanks! My concern was for the footprints, not your jacket, detective. Arrested for murder on the afternoon of the 25th? and killed on the morning of the 27th. Talk about instant karma! Never would have thought our perp would turn into a victim himself, though. Yes, I don't like this at all. You don't think it was that ice cream guy, do you, sir? Knight had seen his face, right? Maybe you couldn't afford to let him live. Shelly the killer, you mean? No, if this was his doing, he would surely have left a calling card. And besides, Knight isn't the only one who knows what he looks like. We do too. Oh yeah, I guess we're still alive, so... Still, this is a high security facility. I just don't understand how it was even possible. Guess it makes sense having the detention center and the prison in the same building. Means they can share the visitors' room. Indeed. It's an unusual design, but it's certainly convenient for everyone visiting. Yeah, but then why have two different areas in the first place? For the two different classes of detainees, of course. Those pre-trial and those post-trial. The two facilities may be housed in the same building in this case, but they are actually quite different. Well, all I know is they're both cramped and dark, and don't let you leave when you want. Perhaps spending a night in each would help clarify the differences between them? No! Don't do that to him! No, I'm good, thanks. Anything out of the ordinary to report, officer? Yes, sir. There's this one thing. Go on. There's a body in the workshop, sir! He's right! That's definitely out of the ordinary. If anything else occurs to you, you know where to find me. Bronco Knight. Killed the day before his court date. We better take a closer look. It's like a foldable chessboard or something? Oh, I've seen one of those things in your office, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sure you have, Detective. It's a pocket chess set. The victim's, I'd imagine.
Makes sense. He loved chess, after all.
Yeah, it would have been a good way to pass the time. Dirty gloves? A rubber glove.
Yep, just the one, though.
I should examine it in more detail.
It doesn't look like dirt, more like oil or something. Oh, mud, yeah, kinda.
There's mud all over it.
Maybe the prisoners were making mud pies? Wish I could have joined them. I love making mud pies.
Not anywhere near my crime scene, you're not.
Inmate use only, huh?
I guess that means...
That it must be one of the prisoners who was using it, right?
Yes, you would certainly imagine so. The fingers are covered in blood on this side. I think we can safely assume that this glove was dropped sometime after Knight's blood had been spilled.
We can? How come?
Because had it been on the floor when the pool of blood was forming, then the blood would have flowed around it, but not underneath it.
Oh, meaning there'd only be a band of blood around the edges of the fingers, and not all over the backside.
Assuming the glove was discarded after the body had pooled around the body.
The blood had pooled around the body. Maybe our murderer ditched it after they did the deed.
It's certainly a possibility. At the very least, whoever it was that dropped it must have seen the body. You there! Yes, sir! Have you seen the glove before? Yes, sir. The prisoners wear them for work. It's strange, though. Prisoners issued with these gloves are under strict orders to keep them in their cells. They aren't allowed to take them out without permission, and we always check. I suppose that would explain why there aren't any other gloves in the workshop. Okay. The tarp and the rope is here. The body is partially covered by a dirt-stained tarp.
And there's a rope on top of it.
Was Knight tied up with a rope somehow?
Possibly, yeah. Look, look at all that red stuff.
Yes, I'd say that's blood.
Yeah, but why is it down there and not by his neck? His neck brace is soaked with the blood from the hole in his neck.
I would assume that's the cause of death, and that it was probably instantaneous. He wouldn't have even had the chance to cry out for help. There's a small cut on his scalp, too. Was he struck with something? Maybe he fell and hit his head after he was stabbed in the throat.
Is this an attorney game? Yes, it's a spin-off. So the Miles Edgeworth games are more about direct crime scene investigating, rather than like courtroom segments.
Okay, you have your camera with you, correct? Could you lend it to the detective so that he can photograph the body?
Sure thing! All yours, Gummy!
Thanks! Alright, here we go! His clothes sure are a mess though, huh? Indeed. They appear to be covered in dirt. Guess he's like me when it comes to laundry. It was a grave error to think that anybody else could be quite like you, Detective. Aw.
Is there anything else? Oh! What's in his hand? Let's take a closer look. Oh, it's a ring. And an expensive-looking one at that.
Don't even think about it, Kay.
What? I didn't do anything! Didn't say anything.
Is that it? That's directly around him? I think so.
Is that what I'm supposed to connect, or... Did I... Oh, here, what's on the board?
These seem to be a list of prisoner reservations for this workshop.
What are all these numbers, Mr. Edgeworth?
Prisoner numbers, I'd imagine.
I'd hate to be given a number like that.
I rather agree. People are meant to have names.
I'd much rather be called Great Thief or the Second Yatagarasu.
Alright, no name for you then, I guess.
I'm gonna try it even though it's the only clues we have so far.
These tarps have a pretty distinctive design, in fact.
It's the same one. It's the same design as the bloody tarp around Mr. Knight's body.
Yes, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Hey, that'll teach you to be so careless, Mr. Edgeworth. You need to keep your treasures close when there's a great thief around.
I thought you were on sabbatical.
Sorry, I'm getting texts, so I'm getting a little distracted, sorry. Stop texting me right now.
Not a bad bit of evidence gathering.
Nothing can stop us when we're on the hunt together, right, Gummy?
You betcha! We're unstoppable, a regular 3 musketeers. Let's not get carried away, Detective. There's one thing we still haven't found. Huh? What do you mean, sir?
What's missing from the crime scene? The murder weapon.
I see no sign of a murder weapon anywhere. You're right, I didn't even think of that! Come now, Detective. These are basic investigative principles we're talking about here. Yeah, I guess. Sorry, sir.
Okay, 1 second, guys, sorry. I have to respond to my mom really quick. Okay, should be good. Don't worry, Gummy. It hadn't crossed my mind either. Oh, god damn it. I keep forgetting I need to click into the window.
A fact that hardly puts my mind at ease, Kay. Items that could be proven even potentially lethal are strictly controlled within the prison. After all, we wouldn't want the inmates getting their hands on them, would we?
I got Mom. She was asking me a question about her own Nintendo Switch.
Which means acquiring a murder weapon would be hard enough, let alone leaving the scene with one.
Oh yeah, nice thinking, Mr. Edgeworth.
What was the murder weapon, and where has it gone? The answers to these questions may be the keys to figuring out what happened here.
Is this who I think it is? Is this that guy? Uncle?
Huh. Didn't know the guy had a whole entourage.
Yes! This guy is so amazing. This is... Oh my god, I've been waiting so many years to be able to see what this guy is like.
Excuse-moi, but this is the scene of the crime, right? Wait a second. Are you... No way. Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow. Mr. Fender. It has been far too long. I know, right? But even after all this time, I knew that deep brow anywhere, and that neckwear ofs.
Ovs? He said obs instead of obviously.
Manfred von Karma. The man, the legend. Gotta say, I didn't expect to see you here.
Oof. Oh.
What are you talking about, pal? This is Mr. Edgeworth, not that old geezer. Detective, please. Edgeworth? Wow! Guess that explains the fresh face. Can't blame a guy for mixing you two up, though. You're the spitting image of the old devil in his days. I see you haven't changed. How many years has it been? Man, good question. But who's counting, eh? Been away traveling so long I lost track. You know how it is. But you know what I do remember? You betraying everything you were supposed to stand for.
Damn. Whoa, where did that come from? And who are you anyway?
This is Eddie Fender. He's a defense attorney.
So I really like this name. I think it's a little like it's too on the nose. Well, I mean, like, it's too obvious of a pun, but at the same time, this guy kind of gives off, like, the vibe of someone you would, like, Uncle Eddie, you know? Like, something like, Eddie is just a fitting name, I think, for this guy. Aww. At least, enchanté, as they say. Fender's the name, and defendant's the game. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. Title drop!
Detective Dick Gumshoe.
And I'm Kay Faraday, great thief. I'm, on sabbatical at the moment, though.
A great thief? Wow, that's so romantic. Très chic, if you will.
Right? It's nice to finally meet someone who gets it. I'm looking to expand the franchise, actually. I even made signing up super simple.
Sounds awesome. I'd love to come hang out with you guys if you'll have me.
Sorry, I should have also mentioned that it's girls only. And they have to be super fun and super cool and...
Hey, I totally get it. No hard feelings, yeah? Come on, bring it in.
You've got to be kidding.
My bad, my bad. I'm just so used to how they do things elsewhere, you know?
The hair, yeah, the key in their hair, yeah. And why are you here, Mr. Fender? Whoops! Almost forgot this is your scene! Keeping the defense out is a strategy number 1. Let me start that again. Keeping the defense out is strategy number 1 in the Von Karma playbook, after all, isn't it? He's out of the loop, too. Like, Edgeworth is not that same person that he used to be. Hey! Quit it with all the Von Karma stuff, pal. What gives?
Hold it!
Detective! Calm yourself. His attitude is, unfortunately, understandable. It is? I take it you are Mr. Knight's attorney? Guilty as charged, Your Honor. Well, I was supposed to be anyway. So he was planning to represent Knight, if his client hadn't been murdered. He and I would have faced off against each other in court. I'd better see what he has to say for myself. Let's talk, dude. So the victim asked you to represent him? Sure did. We were supposed to have a little chat today. As was I. But a guard showed up instead and told us that his body had been found. I'm as bummed about it as you. Even brought him some weenies to cheer him up. Just like Gumshoe would do. Mr. Fender, you know you can't bring food into the prison. Oh yeah, well, it's here now. Want some? Little vice I picked up on my travels. So Moorish. No, thank you. Fine, you do you. What are you doing here anyway? Don't tell me you wanted to hear Knight's side. Von Karma was always more of a convict the defendant at all costs guy. He didn't teach you that? That was a long time ago. If you say so. Sure you don't want any weenies? No, thank you. Have you met with your client previously? Yes, indeed, Your Honor. Just yesterday, in fact. The Bronxster called me the minute he was arrested. Sounded really freaked out, man. Oh yeah, mentioned your little performance too. According to him, you really made a nuance of yourself. Not a kind word was spoken, I'm sure. But, well, sticks and stones and all that. Boy, did he not like you! Trash talked you something fierce. Hey, can't say I didn't join in the fun, though. Overruled. Fun? How dare you, Mr. Fender? Lighten up, kid. I'm kind of a fixture in the visitor's room here. And I don't think I ever had that much of gas. Oh, so you come here a lot? Hey, don't go getting the wrong idea, little sis. I'm never on the wrong side of the bars. Just happen to know someone who is. The visitor's room is usually where I'm at, but this isn't exactly my first time in the clink either. In which case, I'd better ask him what he knows about this room. Tell me, what do you know about the scene of the crime? Huh? Oh, this room? No, dude. What do you know about it? I'll give you 3 choices. A recreation room? Is it... Whoa! I don't even want to know how you spend your spare time, Edgeworth. But I guess there's plenty here you could play with if you used your imagination, probs. Oh my god, I kinda love that he abbreviates words. Now, let's see what the answer key has to say. Shall we? Oh no! You got it all wrong! This is actually a workshop. So all the options he gave me were wrong. How infantile. The cons come in here to perform various duties. They can learn new skills too, bank some qualifications for when they're back on the street. I see. And how is access to this room controlled? Who has the key? Chill out, Edgeworth. I don't have all the answers.
My man over there probably does, though. Right, compadre? Yes, sir. The workshops aren't locked with physical keys. Their doors are fitted with sensors instead. What kind of sensors? Inmates are issued with special bracelets, sir. Oh, his bracelet was taken then. When they walk through a workshop door, the sensor checks their bracelet. And if they're not supposed to be there, ding-a-ling-a-ling on alarm sounds. If they let it ring for too long, then bzz, they get a real shock, if you know what I mean. Wow, just human shock collars? Okay. What? That's brutal! I guess they need to ensure that the inmates follow the rules, but that sounds a bit excessive. If they wish to pass through a door like this one, prisoners need to be accompanied by a guard. We disable the sensor for them to let them in. You get all that? Have any prisoners used this workshop today? No, sir. No one's been in here for days. I'd know if they had. So no prisoners have entered, let alone used, this workshop today. Okay. Which means that there's a contradiction in this crime scene. Namely, there's something here that shouldn't be. So... Is it a... Oh, deduce. Oh, right, okay. So what shouldn't be here? Oh, the chessboard, I guess? Oh, no, not the chessboard. He's not wearing a bracelet.
Eureka!
Oh, no, what? Okay, then what is he... Oh, is it the glove? Maybe?
Eureka!
No? Oh, wow. Like, I really don't know what it's wanting from me here. Because I thought about, like, the fact that he's not wearing a bracelet, like, it got stuck. Yeah, like, the body. Of course, the whole body itself shouldn't be here. But, like... We examined the chessboard. Oh, wait, hold on. No, we didn't. These are chess pieces, right? I've seen the ones you have in your office. So how come these are black and white? Most chess pieces are. The ones in my office are custom made. As in they're unique? And probably valuable? I like the sound of that. She's got that glint in her eye. She'd better not be planning a robbery. Let me see if it is actually that obvious.
Eureka!
No, it is not. What am I missing here? I'm confused what it's asking me. Because I've checked everything here. And it wants me to deduce something, but I don't know what it wants me to do. I already tried doing his bare wrist. Maybe the...
Eureka!
I don't know. I'm completely stumped here. This is just the beginning of the case too, and I'm already stuck. Damn. I have no clue. Hey, does anyone who's played the... Is anyone lurking or something that's played the fan translation could give me a clue? Because I seriously have no clue what it's asking me to do here. Or I guess I could just look it up, I guess, but I wish I didn't have to do that. Alright, I guess I'll look it up. It sucks, but I have no clue. Didn't I already try that, though? I thought I already tried that. Apparently it's the glove with the door.
Eureka!
Oh my god, I thought I already did this. Prisoners aren't able to come and go from the workshop as they please. The door sensor would detect these bracelets, and the arm would sound. I thought it was asking me, like, how did he get in here? How did the body get in here? Not... I don't know. What's more, according to the guard, no prisoners were authorized to be in this room at all today. And yet, here we have a rubber glove, and yet here we have a dead body, which is more important than a rubber glove. Of the kind issued to inmates. This is a clear contradiction. So where did the glove come from, sir? I don't know, detective. Not yet, anyway. All I know for now is that the glove is a valuable piece of evidence. You, apart from prisoners and guards, who else has access to this room? No one, sir. This is a prison, after all. Prisoners and guards are pretty much all there is. Mr. Fender? Come on, don't play us like that, friend. We both know that's not true. You know as well as I do that prisoners and guards aren't the only ones who can come in here. Huh? Oh, do you mean... But, sir, they're... Mr. Fender, would you care to get to the point? Who exactly are you talking about? What? You don't have a pair of peepers in that hard head of yours? You didn't see them on your way in? Wandering about in the corridors, chilling with their buds. I bet if you moseyed on out of that door right now, you'd trip over one of them before you'd take a step. Listen, pal, we've had just about enough of your baloney. Take a chill pill, big guy. I'm on your side. You know, for such a wide fella, you have a very narrow mind. What did you?
Hold it!
Detective! Sorry. Look, just follow me, okay? Seeing is believing, isn't that what they say? Okay. Well, there is a game that's focused on that, actually. On trying to solve murders with actual magic in this series. Why did the text auto-skip? This is no ordinary slammer. Here, the humans share their space with some special friends. Animals? Yep, furred and feathered fellows of all shapes and sizes. Guard filled me in on how it came about. Seems they decided to try a little experiment in animal therapy a few years back. The cons are assigned a critter each, a buddy to help keep their spirits up. Really? Wow, that sounds like so much fun! Plus, inmates can even earn pet care qualifications if they go through some job training with the animals. Ooh, that must be what all the equipment in the workshop is for. You got it, rooms set up specifically for that training stuff. So, when you said somebody else could have been at the scene of the crime... Exactamundo, big guy! I was talking about these guys. That just means you're still talking baloney! What would happen? What would an animal do with a rubber glove? Good question. All I'm saying is that it was possible. The rest is Mr. Prosecutor's problem. Mr. Edgeworth? If you want me to... Mr. Edgeworth, sir, if you want me to arrest this piece of baloney, just say the word. Let me get this straight. Are you saying these animals can wander freely around the prison? You know those sensors on the doors? They detect the prisoner's bracelets and sound the alarm when someone goes walkabout. Well, for our furry friends, it's the other way around. They're fitted with microchips that open doors right up. They are? Uh-huh. They're implanted just under the skin around the shoulders. Big needle, quick jab, and voila! What? Doesn't that hurt? Nope, they don't feel a thing. That's what they tell me anyway. Now, where was I? Oh, right. So the point is, they're not the baddies here, so there's no reason to punish them. It's ironic, really. Here in this institution where the humans are caged, the animals are free to roam to their heart's content. Yeah, it is. They're not completely free, though. They can't leave the prison proper, for one thing. No sensor on that big mother of a door out, you see. Ah! What's that tinkling sound? Sir? Oh. Oh, is this the big dog that was in the intro? Just look at that thing. And is that a bell around its neck? That explains the sound, I suppose. Oh! Mr. Edgeworth, were you seriously trying to stare it down? I refuse to lose to a dog. I refuse to lose to a dog. Not for nothing, sir, but your dog handling skills could use some work. Leave it to a pro. I know how to treat them right. Come on now, come to gummy. Aww, he just got ignored. Aww. Ignored by a dog. That dog was certainly very different to the other animals.
and it seemed to have a real thing against me, and only me. Alrighty then, you've met the menagerie. What's next? Guess we better interview some witnesses, right, sir? Indeed, we need more information regarding what was happening around the time the body was found. Then let's start with that guy. Hey, you there in the cell!
That's not creepy at all. Yeah, it could be a dog, trained for, like, helping a blind person or something.
Ignored again. Hello, were we wandering? Hello, we were wondering, not wandering, wondering if you might be able to tell us anything about this morning's incident.
Is anyone else a little afraid of this guy?
Not a big talker, huh? It's alright, man. I'm on your side here. Let's start with the handshake, huh? Maybe a hug to break the ice? Seconds. Out. What's that supposed to mean? Hey, I get it, man. Not everyone's the hugging type. I'm cool with that.
Oh. He's a boxer?
Round 1, 10 reps each. What is this man up to? I better see what he has to say for himself. Your name?
Carcerado?
From the blue corner, it's Rocco D259 Carcerado. Don't mind me. Don't mind if I keep moving, do you, boss? Fighter can't let his heart rate drop, see? It doesn't look like there is any danger of that. Don't you worry, you'll lose that too much weight doing all that?
Does he have a little... Is that a polar bear cub? Or is that... That's not a dog. It must be a polar bear cub. That's interesting.
Gotta make weight before a fight, boss. Won't even make it into the ring if you don't. So wait, I get it. You gotta be a boxer, right? Was, back in the day, but it's good to stay fighting fit. Leastways, that's how I see it.
So is the bear part of your training too? Looks kind of like an apron. It's so cute.
Ain't nothing cute about Teddy. Kid's my partner, see? This here polar bear keeps me on my toes. He seems to have loosened up to...
Polar bears are they really evil though?
He seems to have loosened up a little. Now's my chance. Where were you and Teddy at the time of the incident? Come on, boss, I ain't no stoolie, and I don't know nothing how. I'll be the judge of that. Please answer the question. You punch drunk or something, boss? I told you I don't know zip. So he won't play ball.
Guess there's only one thing to do, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Indeed. The more he protests his ignorance, the more certain I am that he's hiding something.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. They're cute though, still.
All right, let's see exactly what you do and don't know, shall we, Mr. Carcerado?
That's such a great name. Oh my gosh.
Now let us analyze the state of play. The June state of play from PlayStation was trash. He adopts a boxing stance when he's on high alert. My guess is that things won't go well if I push too hard at such moments. When my opponent is in the offense, I should remain calm and bide my time. He's bound to reveal an opening eventually, which is when I'll pounce. First, let's see if our friend here knows anything about the incident. I'll start by asking about his movements, and bring this fight to an end before he knows what hit him. Mind chess, commence! Why don't you start by telling me what you've done today? You will answer me, Mr. Carcerado. What? You want a shot at the champ, is that right? Then put him up, pal. Prepare for a straight right punch. Yeah, like I'm gonna shout that before I do it. Throwing in the towel already? That's gotta be a record. Fisticuffs is hardly my style, but I'm more than happy to take you on in a game of chess. Incidentally, don't you get tired ducking and diving like that all the time? You think I don't got the stamina, kid? Oh, just you try me. I ain't tired, not today, not ever. Especially not today. Took it real easy this morning. Had me some quiet cell time, hardly broke a sweat. Really? You look pretty sweaty to me. Give me a break, will ya? I'm done talking, okay? I'm tired. Yeah, real tired. Thought you took it easy. You may have kept your boxing skills sharp, Mr. Carcerado. But I'm afraid your lying needs quite a bit of work. Tired? Really? I hardly think that's possible. Especially not after you just told me about your quiet cell time this morning. Ugh. We gotta be careful here, Teddy. When this guy lands, he lands. Uh-oh. Taking off the weights. Oh, he's actually punching now, okay. He's hiding something, I'm sure of it. I should try asking him about what was happening the time of the incident, both in and outside of his cell. I won't need to use my fists this next round. No, I'll deliver this knockout using carefully chosen words alone. What was it like around here? Did you notice anything strange around the time of the incident? What do you mean, strange? Haven't you noticed yet? You're backed into a corner here. Ah, yeah, that doesn't work. Get a load of this guy, Teddy. Thinks he's got the champ on the back foot. Guess I better knock some sense into him. Curses, I should have picked my words more carefully. Okay. Inner monologue? So inner monologue is the blue text that you see, is when he's thinking. The white text is when he's actually talking. Alright, let's try this other one then. Do you remember what you were doing at the time of the incident? I was, catching some Z's. We both was. The incident happened only a short while ago. You seem wide awake, all things considered. Oh, nice uppercut. Fighter's gotta be able to get up quick when he's down. But he needs his beauty sleep too, builds muscle. Meadzad, hello, thank you for following. Is that so? Then I apologize for waking you. I have read that rest is an important part of a boxer's training regimen. You don't say. So, Mr. Prosecutor, savvy when it comes to the fight game, huh? Who knew? How do you know my profession? Profession. Interesting. How do you know I'm a prosecutor? I don't remember telling you. I'll wait a few seconds just because there's an ad, I think. Okay. Okay, people back? Okay. How do you know I'm a prosecutor? I don't remember telling you. You've been eavesdropping, haven't you? You've been listening to every word we said out here in the corridor. which means you weren't asleep, and that you are lying again. You're good, kid. Cut me clean with that one. Alright, I admit it. I wasn't catching no Z's. But what? A guy can't work out in his cell no more without lawyers getting involved? Or is a man taking care of himself a crime now? The fact that we know he was awake is an important development. Could be a useful clue. Okay, now we can go to the other one. What do you mean strange? Hey, get the heck out of the ring if you're not gonna fight. Dang, okay, so I am supposed to be aggressive there. I just needed the clue, I think. Oh, I'm supposed to use the other one? Okay, damn. Alright, I have to be careful here. Don't play dumb. Don't answer the question. Tell me what's going on around that time. There we go. Wish I could help you, boss. But I was asleep. We both was. Time to deploy my clue. Enough of your bare-faced lies.
Bare-faced lies.
You weren't asleep, you were exercising. You told me as much yourself. Oof. A counterpunch, huh?
They really, after finally localizing this game, they ought to make a third investigations game at some point. Because I really love this format instead of the more, like, text-based point-and-click investigating in the main series, in the main games.
Ugh, a counterpunch, huh? Should have seen that one coming. Seems I have you on the ropes, Mr. Carcerado. It's time to come clean about what you know. Alright, you don't gotta shout about it. Stumping around like you own the place. Teddy and his pals have been scared enough this morning already.
Already?
You've done well to endure this long, but I fear you'll soon be out for the court. You say the animals have been scared enough already, which implies something happened here earlier. Well, what was it, Mr. Carcerado?
I love that he actually did like a getting punched look.
Gah, quit it, will ya? I'm getting shellacked here. Fine. Somebody yelled, okay? Real loud. Real scared. Got all the little guys scared, too. Yeah, laugh it up, Mr. Big Shot Lawyer. Let me see you do the same thing in the ring. Checkmate.
He says that after every time of the mind chess. I love it. It's so funny. There was a little bit of, like, chess, like, related, things in the first investigations, but definitely not this much.
I think we've now established that you know more than you're letting on, don't you? Fine, I'll talk.
You did it, Mr. Edgeworth!
Let's not get carried away, Kay. Our work here has only just begun.
Oh.
Hey, can we call a timeout here for a sec, guys? There's something super big I need to say.
It's just, well,
it's like fate brought us here today after all these years, Edgeworth. Are you also his lawyer? And it's a real privilege watching how you work. Eye-opening stuff, in fact. Just thought you should know I'll be telling you-know-who what you've become.
Who know who?
Keen to get the lowdown, huh? Well...
Hold it!
That's enough. This has nothing to do with Kay. Whoa, don't have a cow, man. Simpsons reference, oh my god. Why so sensitive?
I think in the, didn't I see like a screenshot or something of him saying, "Why so serious?" in the fan translation?
Report whatever you wish to whomever you wish. Just do it on somebody else's time. Whatever you say, boss man, but I think he should know at least. You know, how you've been living your life since you signed on to doing things the Von Karma way. After all, you've disappointed him enough for one lifetime already, am I right?
What's he talking about, Mr. Edgeworth?
Nothing that need concern you, Kay. Our focus should be on Mr. Carcerado. Now, shall we continue? It's time to hear the truth at last. You won't land a glove on me, kid.
His eyes are a little creepy. Just the way his irises are kind of smaller.
There was a show, finished right around 10 a.m. Came back here after. Did me some training. Leastways, I tried to. Barely got to the count of 2 before someone screams, "What the? Ah!" Guy was hollering and howling, crying for help. But what can I do? I'm locked up in here, right? So I tunes it out, and I gets back to work. I find it curious that you would pay so little heed to a desperate cry for help. Like I say, boss, what can I do? Besides, this is the joint. Don't nobody thank nobody for getting involved in what ain't none of theirs concern. I hear you, brother. Best you could do is rubberneck from in there anyway, am I right? You mentioned training, Mr. Carcerado. I can't help but notice how well equipped your cell is. There's a guy, the fixer they call him.
What's a fixer?
Fella who can get his hands on just about anything you need, for a price.
No way!
Think he can find a... Perhaps, Mr. Carcerado, what you ought to ask for is a beginner's guide to giving better testimony. Because I can promise you that you'll be down for the count in 1. You put me down. Try it, you bum.
And what am I, chopped liver?
Hold it!
What kind of show was it exactly? Depends on the day. They bring 'em in from outside, see? Singers, dancers, all kinds. Gives us cons a little something to look forward to.
Nice! That sounds like fun.
And you went along to see today's show? Sure I did. Can't miss a chance to get a glimpse of the outside world now, can I? Then it was over.
That's a little nice. At least making it so that... Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of is just how jails are.
Came back here after, did me some training. What did this training involve? Let's see now. Today was stamina and rhythm work, which means jump rope.
What? In that tiny cell? How? And what about Teddy? Isn't that dangerous for him?
Kid's no dummy. Second I get my rope out, he jumps up and holds on tight. You jump rope with a polar bear clinging to your chest? I told you, didn't I? We're partners, and besides, a little extra weight's good for me. Anyway, I started jumping rope.
Interesting.
Hold it!
Tell us more about the scream you heard. It was the scream of a guy about to scream his last. And I should know. Whoa there, good buddy. There's a time and place, you know. So it was clearly audible? Guy backed into a corner, fighting for his life. You ever hear something like that, boss? Well, I have, and yeah, it was clearly audible.
Hold it!
And that's all you heard? There was nothing else? Nope, nothing much anyhow. So there was something. What else did the victim say? You have to tell me. Oh, I do, huh? Why don't you come on over here and I'll see if I can make you squeal like he did. Whoa, forgive the kid here. He doesn't know when to quit. Come on, Miles, apologize to the good man. But this is clearly important, and yet he insists on remaining infuriatingly vague. Look, friend, how about you let this slide, please? For me? So, yeah, I heard the voice like I said.
Hold it!
You were able to concentrate on your training, even after hearing all that screaming? Look, if we was on the outside, maybe things would have been different. Maybe I'd have seen what I could do. But they say at the outside, I can't go no place, even if I want to.
And you didn't think to slip out from your cell to go sneak a peek?
I don't think anybody else would have thought of doing that except you, Kay.
If only this wasn't a prison, Mr. Knight might have lived.
I somehow doubt it. Frankly speaking, there was no saving him.
What? But if somebody could have just gotten to him in time...
Mr. Carl Serrato is clearly lying. What I don't understand is why. Let's see what I can uncover by pointing out the contradiction in his testimony.
Okay, there was a show finished around 10 a.m. Prison cell's office area? Workshop. So this is where we are right now. Okay. I'm trying to see if I have anything that has, like, time based on it, but I don't think I do. Okay. Wait, no?
Objection!
Ah, that's not it. Okay. I thought maybe, like, maybe he was lying because he has his bracelet, so he could get out. Looks like he's busy chasing a fly, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think he heard a word you said.
He's ignoring me on purpose.
I wonder what... Oh, here, maybe because someone was walking around freely?
Objection!
No? Oh, come on. How is that not the answer? I feel like I can't do anything with these first two because, like, it's just about him, like, going to a show and then going back. There... Was he locked in there, though? I already tried that on this, though. Only one glove was found at the crime scene. Prison issued equipment for working inmates? God, I have... Oh, wow. This is really tough for me. Barely got to the count of 2 before someone screams. So it wasn't Knight that screamed? This guy's only 36? He looks older. I thought he was like in his early 40s or like mid 40s, maybe. Gosh, I have no clue what this is. Guy was hollering. I don't think I have anything. Is this suggesting, like, Edgeworth thinks it was Knight calling out for help? I feel like this is... This might be the only one that... Dang it.
Hold it!
What did the training involve? Jumping rope?
Hold it!
I'm just gonna go through it again because I don't remember exactly what was said. Ah! Hmm. The scream was clearly audible. Okay.
Hold it!
So, maybe it's this one then? Guy was hollering.
Objection!
Oh my gosh. That really was. I thought about it at first. I'm like, is Edworth just wanting to ask him if it was Knight that screamed, or if, I don't know. Are you listening carefully, Mr. Carcerado? Huh? You trying to be cute or something? The victim died from a wound to the throat, and very quickly at that. Oh. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it was Knight that screamed. Like, it could have been someone else. He had neither the time nor the ability to scream as you claim he did. You say you heard the victim's cries. Not necessarily. Edworth, come on. And yet, that would have been impossible. But there must have been a scream. He said there was. Oh, he said there was? Quit looking so smug, will ya? Fine, I admit it. I didn't hear nothing, alright? But the guy in the next cell did. He told me so. The next cell? You mean... Oh my god, that was Polly! That was Polly on the left. No way. Huh? What do you want? I heard a scream. What of it? We came back from the show and they put us in our cells, same as always. Then just like I told this guy, I heard it. A scream. A real scary one. Scary how? Maybe, yeah, maybe that was the wrong guy to question. Didn't tell him this part, I guess. But it was kind of like, eek! Someone! Anyone! Come quickly! He's... something like that. Well, I guess it's safe to say that probably wasn't the victim. Indeed, it sounds more likely to have been the person who found his body. Ah, that explains it! So Mr. Carcerado was telling the truth, more or less. Is that really the case, though? Is there really no problems now with his testimony? I don't... Just in case, I'm gonna save. I'm afraid a new problem has reached its head, namely, why didn't you hear the scream yourself, Miss... Ah, yeah. How come you didn't hear it? Yeah, what gives, pal? How come you didn't hear anything when your neighbor heard it clear as day? Ah! What do you think, I did the crime or something? Huh? From inside of this here cell? Guy died over in the workshop, in case you forgot. Well, yeah, it does seem a little weird now that you mention it. He's right. Neither of us could have done it. 'Cause let me tell you, if I could get out of this here cage and murder somebody, you'd all be toast. Oh, jeez. Ain't that the truth? You bums ain't leaving this place in one piece, if any of us can help it. I almost forgot that these men are hardened criminals. Well, I won't be doing that again anytime soon. I guess this wasn't how you saw this going, Edgeworth. What's my next move here? I won't go much more out of them. I won't get much more out of them in this state.
Overruled.
It's the new MILF. Who's there? Yes, oh my god, she's so beautiful. Order in the court. Who died and made you the boss of me, huh? Can't you see we're kind of busy here? Oh my god, the lips. Hush now. Silence is golden. It is? Your hand, if you please. By the power vested in me, I hereby sentence you to blissful silence. Praise be, a simple life awaits you. No money, no possessions. May the goddess of justice watch over you, now and always. You gotta bounce for now? That's okay. Thanks for stopping by. Guard, if you would. Looks like you'll be spending the night in solitary, buddy. What? Come on, please, boss. Any place but there. There is no need to be afraid, my child. If anything, you should rejoice. Oh my god. I love her. Hey, Brigsby. God, oh my god. I want her to hug me. This is a blessing. A chance to redeem yourself, to be reborn. I'm not taking screenshots. No! Oh, goddess of justice, bless your child and keep him in your care. Oh, Holy One, we give thanks in your name. And you are? She's so pretty, oh my god. Verity Gavel, at your service. It is my honor to bear the title of judge, and to work at the pleasure of the law. And what is a judge doing in a place like this? Since you ask, Mr. Edgeworth, I have been sent here to find you. I come bearing a message from the Committee of Prosecutorial Excellence. I'm not taking screenshots. And it is my sacred duty to deliver it. The Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence? What the heck is that? It is first and foremost a name that should not be taken in vain, my child. Can you call me your child too? For it is a sacred phrase from the goddess of justice herself. Why don't I fill you in, kiddo? The committee is a panel of 11 people, whose job... Oh, it's, the Kingdom Hearts people. People whose job is to keep our beloved prosecutors honest. In other words, they make sure people like Edgeworth here don't cross the professional line. The panel is comprised of people from both the legal and political professions. A panel of which you are a member, I assume. I am. Allow me to thank you on the committee's behalf for your service. Thanks for coming to see us like this. Speaking for myself, it's a real honor to meet you. It's always great to hang with a judicial compadre. Come on, bring it in and chillax. We're all friends here.
Overruled.
I love her. Oh my god. I want her to scream that in my ear every day. Need I remind you that the committee has a long-standing relationship with the Bar Association? Hey, I didn't mean anything by it. I was just trying to lighten the mood, okay? So, your job is to find the bad prosecutors and punish them? Precisely, my child. Praise be to the goddess of justice for bestowing her gift of insight unto you. The committee has the power to remove problematic prosecutors from cases. You call an Edgeworth problematic? And should a prosecutor truly unworthy of the title be brought to our attention, we are vested with the power to confiscate that prosecutor's badge. And what does the Committee for Prosecutory...
Whatever you said went with Mr. Edgeworth. We're in the middle of an investigation here.
Objection!
Oh my god. It's him. Pitiful! You really don't know, do you? What an ignoramus.
And who are you, pal?
Winner. Eustace Winner. Prosecutor extraordinaire. Thought you might know me as just the Winner, a name they call me down at the prosecutor's office. With great affection, I might add.
I have never heard of you.
And how about Detective Flatfoot over there?
Nope. Name means nothing to me.
Well, it's to be expected of an ignoramus, I suppose. Ignorance is sweet, as they say, so I'm sure most things mean sweet nothings to you.
Ignorance is bliss? Winner? Ignorance is bliss, Winner, and I don't think sweet nothings means what you think it means.
So the thing that I know about Eustace here is that he always like uses the wrong words to describe things or whatever, so he always fumbles. It is entirely natural that you aren't yet acquainted. Eustace only joined us just last month.
So he's nothing but a rookie?
I'm not just any rookie. I'm a winning rookie. Which he will prove himself to be in due time. Now, let's cut to the chase. I'm here to clean up your mess, Edgeworth. What do you mean, what mess?
I fear I know exactly what he means. The committee's sending an envoy, with a new prosecutor in tow. I suspect I know what you're getting at, Winner. But I'm going to need a few more details. Would you mind explaining, Judge Gavel?
Very well. By the power vested in me by the Goddess of Justice, I hereby declare that in the matter of the incident at the presidential address and the murder of Mr. Bronco Knight, the committee hereby decrees that Prosecutor Edgeworth be relieved of his duties and replaced by Mr. Prosecutor Winner. Here ends the verdict.
Oof. What? Mr. Edgeworth is off the case? Just like that?
Judge Gavel, I believe I asked for an explanation. No explanation is required. The guilty verdict is in. The goddess has spoken and her judgment is final. You calling yourself a goddess? Because I agree.
Objection!
And what exactly have I done to warrant being taken off the case?
Come now, Mr. Edgeworth. Claiming ignorance of your crimes will not serve a lesson to your guilt. Oh my god, I love her! You boarded the presidential plane, violating the principle of extraterritoriality. And while there, you performed an unsanctioned investigation and subjected a visiting foreign leader to questioning. You were one wrong move away from causing a major international incident. Please keep looking angry at me. Oh my god. You vastly overstepped the authority of your office. To call it an abuse of power would be no understatement.
Objection!
I don't deny that I may have pushed the boundaries where certain rules were concerned. But there is also no denying that certain risks must be taken if one is to arrive at the truth. I refuse to concede that my actions were inappropriate. I think that's a typo. A classic Ace Attorney typo.
Overruled.
Then what you are saying is that the end justified the means? No, don't bring back Professor Means! That rules can be freely ignored. That is a very dangerous way of thinking. Fuck, man. Oh my god. The law is absolute. Wait, can I... Yo, she's only 26? What? She looks like late 30s to me. Damn. I'm older than her. The law is absolute. It is not to be bent to your whims.
Forgive me, but not all of us believe as you do.
Is that so? How unfortunate. Still, it changes nothing. I'm just taking as many screenshots as I can of her. When a trial ends, the hammer falls. But you, defendant or attorney, be you defendant or attorney, even if the verdict seems irrational, nothing more can be done. Nothing, that is, but to give thanks to the goddess of justice's divine grace. Unless you wish to appeal? To do so would be to risk your badge, of course.
So they mean to take my badge if I don't play along.
Whoa, tough break, Edgeworth. Oh my god, like her tits jiggle. I'm so sorry. I'm no better than a man. I see you've accepted your fate. Good. Guards, if you would be so kind as to escort him out.
No, stop!
What are you doing, detective? I'm in charge here now, so you'll do as I say and move out of the way.
What? You're not the boss of me!
Unluckily for you, Flatfoot, that's exactly what I am.
They're holding all the cards here. I don't stand a chance.
Detective Gumshoe, do as Mr. Winner says.
But sir!
Judge Gavel? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
The committee's decision is beyond irrational, so yes, I do plan to appeal. You haven't heard the last of this.
Duly noted. Until we meet again.
Let's go, Kay. We're leaving.
Right. Oh, and remember,
you know who will be getting a full report on all of this.
Dang. What? That was pretty short. We're definitely continuing. I thought that was gonna be. I thought like it was gonna take longer to get to the halfway point. So back to Edgeworth's room. Ah! I still can't believe what happened yesterday. It was terrible the way those two treated you. Okay, we just saw this. I don't mind seeing her again though. Judge Gavel and Mr. Winner certainly don't mince their words. But that's not what concerns me right now. I'm more worried about the committee's reasons for doing what they did. And what they might do next. I suspect it won't be good. Earth to Mr. Edgeworth, are you listening to me?
Yes, of course.
So this is it? You're giving up on the Bronco Knight case?
No, I have no intention of doing any such thing. To walk away from the case would be to tacitly accept the committee's decision. The only problem is that I don't have the authority to continue investigating. Yes? What is it, Detective? I've got some bad news, sir. Word down at the precinct is... they just arrested somebody for Knight's murder. What? Do you know who it is? No, but I heard they're being held in the detention center. Maybe you could go talk to whoever it was?
Good idea! Let's go down there, Mr. Edgeworth!
Even without the authority to investigate, surely I can still pay a suspect an innocent visit. Alright, we're on our way. Me too. I'll see you there, sir. But won't you be missed, Detective? Nah, everyone's busy in the prison going over the crime scene anyway. Good. Then we'll see you shortly. Yes, sir!
Oh good, yeah, he's still gonna help us. As best he can.
Come on, Kay, let's go.
You got it! I do really like these chibi arts. Like, they're really well drawn and animated. Still no sign of them, huh?
Indeed.
Wait, this is just like last time!
Please don't tempt fate like that.
No, I can't! I just can't!
Surely you can. I told you, it's just a pair of visitors. Hmm?
Sounds like someone really doesn't want to see us.
What the?
No!
Just talk with them, please!
But one of them's a prosecutor, right? Aren't they all super scary? All they do is stare at you right into your soul!
You must be the prosecutor. Wow, how did I get prosecutor out of the word suspect? Oh, you must be the sus in the...
Eek! See, I told you!
Okay, what is this man so flustered? Why is this man so flustered?
Probably because you're being you, but I guess that's just how you are.
Thanks for clearing up absolutely nothing.
Hey, Mr. Suspect! You doing okay in there? Hey, Mr. Sus! We just want to have a little chat with you. No biggie, right? Who are you? I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick. It's just a part-time gig I'm doing while I take a break from my real job, though.
Funny, I don't recall ever employing you.
And that's Mr. Edgeworth. He is a prosecutor, but he's not going to stare a hole into your soul or anything.
Oh, please.
Really? Really?
Really?
Anyway, can you first please tell us your name? It's Saint. Simeon Saint.
Interesting.
Well, nice to meet you, Simeon. You can call me Kay. Everyone else does.
Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, I would like to ask you a few questions, if I may.
Please, Simeon. We're trying to help you, I promise.
Really? Thanks to Kay. Sounds like we might finally get some answers, at least.
Okay.
Perhaps you could start by telling us a little about yourself?
Thank you for the hydrate, Yenny. Who, me? But why would anyone want to know anything about me? I'm boring. I'm nothing. I'm a nobody.
Do you have a job?
Oh, well, it's hardly worth mentioning, really. I'm your average corporate pencil pusher, just like everyone else. Honest.
This is going to take a while. About you and Mr. Knight. Just when I thought we were making progress. Kay?
So, Simeon, do you know Mr. Knight? Come on, you can tell me.
Ronco?
Yeah, I knew him. We were friends.
Interesting. I wonder if he knew that Knight had been arrested.
And, did you know Mr. Knight had been arrested?
Yeah, I even came to visit him. He came to see Knight? I wonder when that would have been.
And when was that, Simeon?
It was the day before yesterday, around lunchtime. I came as soon as I got the call from the cops. The police called him? Why?
How come the police called you?
They said Bronco asked them to. That he needed a favor.
A favor?
Uh-huh. He wanted me to bring him his chess set. The pocket-sized one. So I went to his place and then I came here. A chess set?
A chess set?
She's like literally translating like his mind. Is it just me or is she getting better at stealing my thoughts?
You do know everything you think is written all over your face, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, I'm not a mind reader, just an expression reader. Amazing, right? Don't you just love having a sidekick as useful as me?
And have you read what my next move is going to be?
I sure have. There's something you want to show Simeon.
Indeed. Let's present it to him and see what he has to say about it.
So this chess set. Oh, that's the one I brought for Bronco.
Well, that settles that at least.
We, found it next to Mr. Knight. He always had to have a chessboard somewhere nearby. I'm not surprised he had it with him when he... Simeon, you and Mr. Knight, you were very close, weren't you?
Yeah, we were best friends, and at least I thought we were. But I guess I was wrong about that.
What do you mean?
If I knew him so well, why was it such a shock for me to find out he had killed someone? It's not easy discovering that someone you're close to has committed a terrible crime. It's a very bitter pill to swallow, indeed.
How come it had to end like this? I could never have imagined something so awful. Something's not right here, Mr. Edgeworth. There's just no way Simeon murdered Mr. Knight.
Yes, he certainly doesn't seem to have an obvious motive. Then again, he wouldn't have been arrested for no reason either. I wonder what grounds they have for doing so.
Yeah, why did they arrest you just out of nowhere?
Why were you arrested, Mr. Saint? I just don't get it. Why won't he talk to me?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Whoa, he answered you, Mr. Edgeworth. I guess he's not scared of you anymore.
Thank goodness for small miracles.
The cops burst into my house this morning out of nowhere. And before I knew it, I was here.
The policemen? Was there a prosecutor with them?
Yes, some kid called De Winner or something?
The rookie. I thought as much.
So, did they interrogate you yet? What? I'm gonna be interrogated? By the cops? Well, yeah, I mean, you've been arrested. You're a suspect now. No! No, 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 no! Won't the detectives shout at me and threaten me and... Oh! They're always these hulking guys, right? Who get in your face and force you to...
Detective Dick Gumshoe reporting for duty.
Perfect timing. See, I told you! Please don't hurt me! Please don't crush me with those huge arms! No, please, I'm calling the cops!
What's up with this guy, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, nothing, detective. You're just being you. I guess that's just how you are. I don't get it, sir.
Look, Mr. Edgeworth, Simeon is clearly innocent. So there's gotta be something we can do for him, isn't there?
Mr. Saint?
Yes?
You were Mr. Knight's friend, and 2 days ago you came to visit him. You had nothing at all to do with his murder. Is my understanding correct?
Yes, I didn't kill anybody.
Very well. Then I will choose to believe you, and I will do all that I can to assist you.
Huh? Why would you help a nobody like me?
Let's just say that I may not be doing it solely for your sake. I have something of a personal interest in this case.
Oh, me too, Edgeworth, don't get me wrong. Ooh, mama! That's right, it's payback time! We'll show those two whose investigation remains supreme.
Oh yeah, now you're cooking! Unfortunately, I still lack the authority to conduct such investigation. As such, my resources are rather limited, and I'll need to lean heavily on the ones I do have at hand. Which means you, Mr. Saint. Your information will be invaluable going forward. In other words, let's see if we can't help another out, shall we? Oh, I just thought of something! Why don't you just go borrow an attorney's badge? Then you could represent our pal here.
Now's not the time for jokes, Gummy. I mean, Mr. Edgeworth is a prosecutor. He can't defend anyone if his life depended on it. He actually has once before.
But I wasn't kidding. I just thought helping suspects, that's what a defense attorney does, you know?
Sure, but we can do that too. The only thing that matters is that we find the real culprit in the end. So come on, let's get to work.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sure you know already, but just to be clear, if our investigation ultimately proves you to be the culprit, we'll have no choice but to treat you like any other sus.
Eek! I'm just gonna do that from now on. Every time they say suspect, I'll just shorten it.
But you didn't worry. I believe you, or at least I've decided to try, for now.
I'm just a little, I'm curious why they chose Saint as his last name.
It might help you to feel a little less alone. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I don't know. Anyone that doesn't open their eyes is sus, in my opinion. So we talked a good game in there. But we can't even get back inside the main prison to see the scene of the crime.
Maybe defending the guy in court is our best bet after all.
Gummy can't defend for his life, can't remember? Oh, okay. Hey, Uncle Ed.
If it isn't Edgeworth, then the gang. What are you cats doing here? Listen, pal, if you've come to harass Mr. Edgeworth again, I'll... Hey, easy there, Detective Flatfoot Sholmes. I'm here to work.
Work? What, you're here to defend somebody?
Whoa, the K-Meister nails it in one. Aren't you just the uber-intelligentese one of a bunch?
I don't know how to pronounce that.
That's not how you use either of those words, Fender. Some may say I'm an easygoing old rogue about town.
Wait, some may say I'm an easygoing old rogue about town,
but I'm actually not a half-bad attorney. Which is why I've been summoned to the old Jaileroonie for a meeting with a new client. The sus is one Simony Sainsbury?
You mean Simeon Saint?
Wow, that's freaky! You know more about my job than I do.
That's not a good thing, Ed. Wait, Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Fender's a defense attorney! Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I fear I might be. In fact, it could be our only option.
Teaming up?
Not so long ago, I found myself embroiled in another case that wasn't mine. I managed to worm my way onto the crime scene by agreeing to be a certain someone's subordinate. But not an experience I ever wanted to repeat, but I fear I may have a little choice. Fender, Before you say another word, I just gotta point out the fine print. Eddie Fender doesn't take on associates. Say it ain't so! I hear you protesting, but pompous prosecutors are a no-go. Especially those of Von Karma variety. I should have known he wouldn't forgive me that easily. I understand why you wouldn't want to work with someone like me. What's more, I understand how you feel about things Von Karma. But please believe me when I say, I'm not the man I was back then. I'm no longer under my old mentor's spell. You better believe it, pal. Mr. Edgeworth's a changed man. Sure, he used to be the demon prosecutor, but he's not like that anymore. I do have feelings, Detective. Gummy's right. Mr. Edgeworth's one of the good guys now. He's not just a prosecutor, he's a hero. He got me off the hook just last month. You don't say. Well, that escalated quickly.
But he was! There's no other word for it. He was heroic. Great thiefly, even.
Please, Fender. Don't you think there's something odd about the way the committee stepped in yesterday? There's more to this case than meets the eye, I'm certain of it. I can't just walk away from this. I can't.
Aww.
Please, allow me to help you with this investigation.
Come on, dude. You're basically family.
Sheesh. A bow from the great Miles Edgeworth. Never thought I'd see the day, but here we are. So enlighten me, if you will. What made the leopard change his spots? Well, I suppose I would have to say I have a boyfriend. I mean, the courtroom itself. I've experienced so many things and met so many people there within its four walls, including some old friends who showed me a better way to be. How could that not change a person? Well, I'll be. The old you would never have bared a soul like that. That was beautiful. You might have even surprised you-know-who, and you know how much that takes. Tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start again with a clean slate. Yay! Yay! So, this is me. Edgeworth & Co. Law Offices? Eddie Fender, Senior Partner.
Edgeworth?
That's right. Mr. Fender here began his legal career as an assistant to my late father, Gregory Edgeworth.
What? Your dad was a defense attorney? So, the you-know-who Mr. Fender keeps talking about is...
The clever K-Meister nails it in one yet again. That's right, I was talking about his old man. Guess you all noticed I kept his name over the door, so to speak. Least I could do for old Gregory, really.
That's so sweet, oh my god. Makes you wonder why Maya was so quick to change Mia's law office name.
Listen, Edgeworth, Miles, I'm gonna level with you here. I don't trust you. Not fully, anyway. I can't just forget about all those years you spent licking Von Karma's boots, you know. Anyone can say they've changed. I'm gonna need you to prove it. And besides, you know it's what Gregory would have wanted. Very well, I accept. Okay, then that's enough hardball for one day. Let's move on to the fun stuff. I hereby appoint you interim associate of Edgeworth & Co. Wow. Of Edgeworth & Co. Congrats, man. I will try not to let you down. Well, doesn't this bring a tear to the eye? I love the clapping. The prodigal son coming on board of his late father's firm.
Permission to come on board too, please, Mr. Fender.
You don't even have to ask, kiddo. Welcome to the crew.
Woohoo! Thanks, Captain.
Alright, I guess it's time to go to work. So, where to begin? Any bright ideas, Miles? Huh. Where were we when we were so rudely interrupted?
In the prison. Yeah, we have to talk to someone who found the body.
I believe we need to speak with the person who found the body. Just what I was thinking, eager associate. We do indeed. Still the type to smile and nod, I see. That will certainly make my life easier, boss.
Now that that's decided, let's get going!
What about me? I am a detective. I can't just hop on board as an attorney's... excuse me. As an attorney's assistant like you guys. He has a point. I can't leave him adrift all on his own, now can I? Detective Gumshoe, I have a special assignment for you. You are to continue investigating the case under Mr. Winner. And if you happen to discover anything that seems useful, you are to notify me immediately. You're in a uniquely powerful position, Detective, and I'm going to need all the info you can pass our way. You can count on me, sir. I'm a real pro when it comes to letting things slip to the defense. Trust me, I know, but just this once, those loose lips of yours might be what saves our ship. Throw wide the prison gates, good sirs, because here we come! So we're back in the prison. So, any idea how we track whoever made the Bronxer's body, Miles? Found the body? I think our best bet would be to simply ask around. Who are you, lady? Who is this? Oh my, just look at you! Are you talking to me? Just fabulously chic, darling. Fabulously! Facial hair is so very au courant, don't you think? Is she... Oh my god, they're gonna be doing freaking French talk? Enchanté, mademoiselle, and much obliged. Defense attorney Fetty... Oh my god! Fetty Vasper! Defense attorney Eddie Fender at your service. Let's get things off on the right foot, shall we? A little embracer, perhaps? Oh! Oh my god, it's a live fox! I like the sound of that! Oh god. Right on the kisser! Well, how else does one greet a new friend, A little smooch is entirely... direct... What? I don't know what that means. Do you think? Wow, talk about stealing a kiss! Indeed. An act so shameless it puts even great thieves to shame. Physical contact is so very important as a form of expression for our little family. Everyone in this lovely home will tell you as much. Hey, if everyone else is hip to that, I can be hip to that too, sure. I have no idea. Like I said, I stutter way too much and fumble my words. Fifi Lagarde, by the way. Warden of this charming abode. Lagarde, seriously? You may call me Fifi, of course. So she's the warden of the entire detention center and prison facility, is she? A pleasure to meet you, Miss Lagarde. Miss Lagarde. Miss Miles Edgeworth. I am an associate with Mr. Fender's practice. I hope you don't mind me asking, but were you here in the prison yesterday? Oh, don't be silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very important day, after all. Important in what way exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps? A meeting? Oh, heavens, no! I couldn't think of anything worse! No, yesterday the circus came to visit! No! It was simply a spectacular event featuring some terrifically talented animals. Anyone who was anyone had to be there. If you were here at home, you were watching the show with me. The performers set up a special stage in the yard just for us.
We are one very lucky family, n'est-ce pas? So she was at this circus performance for the inmates yesterday morning. Mr. Carcerado mentioned a show yesterday as well. He must have been talking about the same thing. What time did this show take place? From around 8 until 10, maybe? Yes, something like that. Meaning it finished right around when the body was discovered. And by dint of having attended the show, she has a reasonably solid alibi. Oh, would you look at the time? Sorry, darlings, but I really must dash. Feel free to explore our home. Mikasa, Sukasa, and all that. Ciao for now. Interesting. Well, what now, Mr. Edgeworth? The person who found the body screamed, and that scream was heard by one inmate that we know of. Therefore, our first task is to question this inmate and see where his information will take us next. Okay. Well, it wasn't this guy. Little piggy! It's a mini pig, I believe. Though not for eating, I hope. Isn't this great, Mr. Edgeworth? It's like being at a zoo. Except it's the humans, not the animals, who live in captivity here. No one would mind if I took one home with me, would they? If by home you mean behind bars, then no, I suppose not. This bench has seen better days. It's covered in rust. Yeah, only cats would dare to take a nap on there. And maybe Gummy. I fear you may be right. I can see the crime scene through the window in this door. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just shove your whole face in front of a window like that. You have to do it more sneaky-like. Steal a few good looks while keeping a lookout for your enemies.
I'm not a criminal, Kay, so why should I have to behave like one?
Yeesh, I was just trying to teach you my special sneak peek technique.
Well, I have no need for any such technique, thank you very much. This is the door to one of the workshops.
Why do they have workshops in a prison anyway?
They're for people to train in, for when they return to life in the outside world.
But a dead body was found in one of them, right? So then, it's not really doing a good job of helping anyone return to life, is it?
I suppose. That's another reason why we should aim to clear up this mystery as soon as possible. Do you have a moment? We have a few questions for you.
Oh, who's a good girl? You're just perfect. She really is. She's beautiful.
Ahem.
Meow.
He's finally noticed me, I think. I was wondering...
What's her name?
It's Waggy, ma'am. She's my little friend. Yes, right, as you were then. It's a basin for drinking from.
Looks like a little hard to reach. They need to come up with a more user-friendly design.
Or perhaps it's for the animals? Did you ever think of that, Kay?
Hey, little rabbit.
Why is there a rabbit just... I nearly tripped over it.
Isn't this great, Mr. Edgeworth? It's like being at the zoo.
What's in here? It looks like the way to the prison yard. Sadly, the shutter is locked tight.
I almost read femdom. Freedom awaits on just the other side. A stoic lock and key. Twixt mine eyes and nose in the outdoor breeze. Such a cruel fate it is indeed. The more I think of it, the more it eats at me.
And whose thoughts are you attempting to channel exactly with that soliloquy? I wonder where this door leads.
I don't know about you, but I'm getting some real strong vibes coming from there. It was the monkey, yeah. Hey, Dad.
Maybe.
That's where they keep the super duper dangerous prisoners.
That's certainly a real possibility. In which case, we'd better turn back while we still can.
Wait! I was only kidding, you know. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, it's a monkey mountain!
Not something I ever expected to see in a prison, I must say.
Doesn't it look fun?
Not in the least. And while we're on the subject, you are not under any circumstances to climb on that structure. Do I make myself clear?
But I have to show that monkey who's boss. No, you don't.
Please, Kay, you really don't.
Yeah, no, you definitely do not want to try and challenge a monkey. It's Polly! It's Polly! Oh, does that mean that's freaking, what's his name from the first game in this cell right there?
They even have ponies. This one's only big enough to carry a small child.
Okay. She just says the same thing when you examine the animals.
There's no one in here.
The pony was a witness. They took him to solitary, remember? I wonder when he'll be back.
It may be a while. I got the feeling he was in pretty serious trouble.
Poor guy. Did you see the tears in his eyes? He really didn't want to go.
Yes, the way they had to literally drag him away was certainly unusual for a simple timeout. I shudder to think of punishment he's facing right now.
Right, kiss her.
She seems to have given you quite a shock.
And why is that, I thought you were a man of the world.
Yeah, well, I'm all for saying hi with a hug. But going straight for the kiss? Cool your boots, am I right? Woo me a little before puckering up, that's all I ask.
Wow, I never would have pegged you.
Careful wording, Kay.
I never would have pegged you as the shy type. They really like to use the word pegged and fingered to describe, like, prying at somebody. You know? Like, it's so weird that they keep using these two words throughout the series.
That's not the issue here, I think, Kay. Listen, Miles, I've been meaning to ask. Does that frown of yours turn upside down? An assistant with a permanent scowl on his face is bad for business, you know? I don't see any reason why an associate attorney needs to smile. And that's how I know you've never worked in a private practice. It's all about building trust, man. You've got to create rapport with your clients. A smile here, a wink there. A hug to break the ice, and a card to show you're legit. Otherwise, they'll never open up. Yes, well, to each their own, Fender. I'll give it to you straight. Running the biz was tough going at first. I mean, Gregory Edgeworth, man. Those are some pretty big shoes to fill. I see. And what kind of cases does this firm take on? Might be better asking what we don't. We do murders, parking fines, the whole 9 yards. Our basic principle is this: everyone deserves a defense.
So you've never refused a request?
Well, let's just say I have a certain preference. I have certain preferences in the clients I work with.
But didn't you just say that everyone deserves a defense?
I'm just messing with you, little sis. Of course we treat all our clients the same. I mean, Gregory's name is still above the door. I've got to live up to his ideals, you know? And that means always doing my best for everyone. Edgeworth & Co. The firm my father built, Huh? For me? You shouldn't have. Always wanted to rock one of these upon my lapel. My lapel. Lapel, not lapel. Thanks, you're a star. I never said I was giving it to you. I'm just yanking your chain. I've already got a badge of my own, see? You don't wear your attorney's badge? Once in a blue moon. Goes nicely with my winter coat as it happens. Guy's gotta dress to impress, know what I mean? Impress who exactly? Okay, he doesn't know. Heard the Bronxer was a bit of a chess fiend. Indeed. Perhaps we might have enjoyed a game, had we met under different circumstances. Sounds like a riot. Not my cup of tea, though. Excuse me. Too much thinking what fries my noggin. Oh, please. As I recall, I've yet to beat you even once. Yeah, well, that was a long time ago. Now that you're a big-shot prosecutor, I bet I wouldn't stand a chance. If you say so, Fender, I suppose we can leave it at a stalemate for now. He never was one to show his hand. Okay. I'm just gonna present everything just in case. They'll probably talk about the body though, right? Oh no, it's the same thing. Huh. Okay, I guess that's that. Let's talk to you. About the person who found the body. Do you happen to know where he is right now? Should be in one of those workshops, I guess. Usually is at this hour. And it seems the workshops are our next port of call. Oh, but I already examined it. Oh, here we go. Hello? Anybody in there? Nice try, kiddo, but this isn't a bathroom stall. Yo, you there. Could you help us out here, my good man? Yes, sir. What can I do for you? Is somebody using this workshop right now? Yes, sir. One of the prisoners is in there. Just confirmed it myself during the noontime roll call. We'd like to speak to this prisoner, if that's all right. Sure, I'll go fetch him right now. Won't take a sec. This one's all yours, Milesy boy. What? Why? Let's just say I'd rather not roll the dice on someone I don't know, yeah? Huh, and I thought adults were all supposed to be strong and brave. Well, you're not looking so brave yourself right now, so let's call it even. Here they come. I already couldn't believe that they brought back to kill her. And now this? Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh. God, I have to... Oh my god, that... Wow. Whew, okay. Hello! Yes, hello! I hear you wish to speak with me? Not exactly the hardened criminal we were expecting, is he? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a public prosecutor. A prosecutor, you say? Why did you slip that, Miles? Eddie Fender, attorney at law. What happened to being too scared to handle this? Listen, sorry about my pal here, he gets the weirdest ideas. Prosecutor indeed, that'll be the day. He's actually just an associate. Jeez, Miles, get a grip, will ya? He's right. I mustn't forget that I'm a defense attorney's assistant for the time being. Ah, that explains it. I did think you looked a little different from the prosecutor I spoke with yesterday. So he's already spoken to Winner. Would you mind answering a few questions? No, of course not. I'd be delighted. The name saw it. Frank saw it. I can't believe this! They actually brought him back! The witness is all yours, my young assistant. Associate? Sure, he's the intern. Have the intern do everything, why not? Mr. Sawit, you are no doubt aware that a murder took place yesterday? Would you mind telling us where you were at the time the body was found? Yes, I was in that workshop there, working as one might expect. What kind of work were you doing? Well, I'm actually retraining at the moment. I'm hoping to become a stylist, you see. A pet stylist, that is, yes. So I've been studying hard and practicing every moment I can. An unusual field of studying, benefiting an unusual prison, I suppose. And that's it. I certainly didn't see anything. Interesting. I've barely asked him anything at all, and he's already sweating bullets. So, yes, I'm afraid I won't be able to help you. Sorry.
Hold it!
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Sawit, for this interview has only just begun. Well, I mean, even if you were to ask me, You know something, don't you? It's that... He's definitely hiding something. I'll need to push him a little harder if I'm going to get any answers. Oh, another mind chess. Let's do it. The first step is to analyze the situation. Oh, he's got 3, wow. I didn't see anything. I really can't help you, I'm afraid. Something tells me he'd be a good poker face player. A good poker face player? Poker player. It's hard to tell much at all from his face. And I don't think he'll be giving me much in the way of physical cues either. I'll have to rely solely on his words instead. That's the only way I'll know what's going on underneath. Alright, time to make my first move. Let's see who we're dealing with here. He may be good at hiding his emotions, but everyone has a tell. Tell me, what's your connection to this incident? Which incident? The murder? Oh, well, it has nothing at all to do with me. Nothing. Really? I wouldn't dream of getting involved in anything as ghastly as this. Well, you see, how can I put this? Well, I like to think of myself as an upstanding citizen, a good person, if you will. Forgive me, Mr. Sod, but under normal circumstances, good people do not tend to end up in prison. So you do well to tell me what you know about the incident. How many times do I have to tell you people? I don't know anything, I swear. Sorry, I don't know what more to say, but I can't help you. My apologies, Mr. Sawt. But considering that the incident occurred right here in the prison, I find it very hard to believe that you know nothing at all. Oh, well, yes, I suppose I can see how it might seem unlikely, but it's true. If you're looking for the person who found the body, you'll have to look elsewhere. Why do you think I'm looking for the person who found the body? I certainly never mentioned any such thing to you. Is it because you do know something you're not telling me after all? No, I just sensed that's who you might be looking for, that's all. I'm simply a pet stylist in training, I don't know anything, truly. There's no doubt about it now. This man is hiding something big. Yeah, my fat butt. In which case, let's find out what he did yesterday, the day of the incident. He's very good at hiding his true feelings, but not for long. Tell me about the day of the incident. If you really don't have anything to do with the murder, then you have nothing to hide, right? Well, the day of the incident? Oh gosh, I mean, so much happened. What was it like here in the prison yesterday morning? I really don't remember. I don't have the best memory, I'm afraid. I don't have a clue as to how to push this conversation forward. Okay. I want to know what you were doing, Mr. Sawit, in detail.
I told you, I'm a pet stylist in training. And that's what I was doing yesterday. Training. Specifically, I was giving the animals a trim.
You didn't notice any commotion at the time of the incident? I would imagine things were suddenly quite tumultuous around here.
Well, commotion, you say? Not really. Maybe I hurt someone, but...
You heard someone? Was this someone screaming by any chance? And don't try to tell me you don't remember. You continue to assert that you know nothing about the incident, Mr. Sawit. But I'm afraid I don't believe a word of it.
No, I thought I heard someone yelling, but I don't really remember.
The fact that he heard a scream at the time of the murder may well be proven to be a useful clue. You don't remember? Please. You literally just confirmed that you heard a scream.
Oh, but I might have been mistaken.
The truth is, I really don't remember. Your memory fails you yet again? How convenient. But I know you're lying, Mr. Sawit.
How dare you talk to me like... I mean, I'm not lying. Look, if you must know, when I'm working with the animals and I get into the zone, they're all I see.
Am I to understand you have something of a talent for animal grooming then?
Well, my scissor technique could use a little work, but I'd say I'm quite good with the animals. They seem to like me. I'm especially good at calming them down when they get scared.
Scared? And when exactly do they get scared? Surely it doesn't happen very often.
Well, no, thankfully it doesn't.
A loud scream would certainly frighten the animals, wouldn't it? Why are you going to such lengths to deny having heard the scream? What is it you're hiding, Mr. Sawit? Tell me.
I can assure you, I'm not hiding anything. I'll admit I did really hear somebody scream, but I'm not hiding anything else, I promise.
The mask is finally beginning to crack. Now to shatter it completely by asking about the scream itself in more detail. I'm afraid you're about to learn a painful lesson, Mr. Sawit. That hiding things from me never ends well for my opponent. When did you hear the scream?
Oh wait, now I remember. I forgot about the show! They put on a show for us prisoners around the time of the incident, you see. Yes, performing animals, if I remember right. That's where I was in the morning.
So now you wish to claim you didn't hear a scream because you were at a show? You do realize that goes completely against everything you've told me so far.
And what are you gonna do about it, huh? That is, my memory is patchy, as they say.
I'll wait it out.
The animal show really had to be seen to be believed.
It did it? Tell me, what kind of animals did you see?
Let me think. A whale?
Enough of your lies. You were nowhere near the show, were you?
Well, I seem to remember being there, but maybe I was, maybe I wasn't.
It's clear Mr. Sawit wasn't at the show. This feels like a vital clue. Who did you hear screaming?
Wait, I just realized I made a mistake. When the incident happened, I was out in the yard, yes. So I didn't hear anyone screaming, no one at all.
How long are you planning to keep up with these lies? I already know that you weren't at the show.
Ah!
The game's up, Mr. Sawit. It's highly time you told me the truth. I demand to know about this scream now.
I can't tell you what I don't know. I didn't hear any scream! Not from the person who found the body!
How curious. Most people would assume that the scream had come from the victim. So then why do you think it came from the person who found the body, huh?
I made a mistake, that's all!
How, Mr. Sod? How did you know that it was the person that found the body who screamed?
Obviously, he is the one that found it.
Shall I tell you? You knew because it was you who found the body. And the scream that was heard when the incident occurred didn't come from the victim. It came from you!
How did you... Ah! It's true, I admit it, but what gives you the right to treat people like this?
Checkmate. Now that we've established that you were the one who found the body, Mr. Sod, I believe you have lost any standing you might have had to withhold your cooperation.
All right, you win. But I'm sure I won't have anything useful to tell you. It probably isn't even worth your time.
That's not for you to decide. By my hand, the truth will be revealed. Every decision I make is to ensure that happens.
Except that's not exactly what we're here to do, is it?
What do you mean?
We're not trying to expose the truth. We're trying to save Simeon. That's what we do now, right? We work to get our clients out of trouble. Not as a prosecutor, but as a defense attorney's assistant.
What the K-Meister said. You need to listen to the kid more, you know? A client has requested the services of Edgeworth & Co. And as your old man always said, your relationship with your client comes before everything else. So if you think Mr. Saint's well-being is taking a back seat to some quest for the truth, well, let's just say I don't like to fire people. So I need you to fight against your instincts a little harder, yeah? This will take some getting used to. In any case, the importance of this man's testimony remains unchanged. Therefore, Mr. Sod, I am asking you once more, what happened when you found the body?
Ooh, here we go. Is he gonna throw his toupee again? Most likely he will.
I was in the workshop there by myself practicing what I'd learned. I don't remember how, but I found myself in front of the door to the other workshop. I happened to peek through the little window, and then I saw him lying there, a man, not moving, dead!
That's the same exact line as that he said in the first game, except it was a woman. I quailed in fright and found myself screaming in sheer terror. I think that is too. That's exactly the same. Oh my god, that's a perfect callback.
Let me get this straight. The room you were in is next to the one where the corpse was found?
Yes, that's right. I was in Workshop B.
And you were there the whole day?
Yes, from 7 AM roll call onwards. There are 3 roll calls a day, you see. 7 AM, noon, and 9 PM.
And they check who's in the workshops during roll call, correct?
That's right.
Nothing was reported to be amiss at 7 AM. Which means that Knight's body wasn't in the workshop yet at that point in time.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Guess that means the murder took place after 7 AM.
Which puts it right around the time the show was happening. Oh yes, the show. I remember the other prisoners going to see it.
And therefore, anybody who wasn't at the show has no alibi. Would that be fair to assume, Mr. Sod?
I guess so, but I only found the body, I swear.
There's a clear contradiction in Mr. Sod's testimony. Rooting it out should be my first priority.
Wait a second. No, okay, hold on. I'm gonna press everything, but I think I know the answer.
What exactly were you practicing?
How to be a pet stylist, of course.
I'm a model prisoner after all. So he keeps saying.
Hold it!
You found yourself there, really? That's right, and then I found myself peeking through the little window in the door. Why did you think to do that? Gosh, I don't know. I just found myself doing it, really. You clearly weren't concentrating on your work then. No, that's not true. I'm a model prisoner. It's just all the other prisoners had gone to watch the show. I guess I was, well, kind of lonely. Like being stuck at school after everyone else has gone home, huh? Yes, exactly like that. Anyway, I found myself in front of the door the other workshop, and happened to peek through the little window. Does that mean you didn't get a good look inside? No, I couldn't. No, I couldn't. The window was not only small, but it had bars over it, you see. Not exactly a panoramic view. Wait, then how did you see the body to the left of the room if you can't see that much through the window? That's right, yes, you're a very knowledgeable young lady. You bet. I guess you could say I know a little something about prisoners now, too. I'll have to remind myself to address this newfound interest later. Anyway, yes, I peeked in through the little window to the workshop door. And then I saw him lying there.
Hold it!
Could you tell right away if it was a man or a woman? It was clearly a man. His physique, his clothes. He has X-ray vision. Yeah, that's not too far off to think. Anything is possible in this series. Actually, like, legitimately. There's a game that centers around changing your entire way of normal logic to fit magic actually existing. There's a time where you're cross-examining robots. You know, like, it's so weird. It was also very clear that he was dead. You could tell just by peeking through the little window. Look, let's just say that wasn't my first dead body. What? You mean you're in prison for? To my eternal shame, yes. This was, however, the first time I had seen another person's handiwork up close, so at least he's, like, honest there. He didn't try to hide what his crime was. Hey, Siege! Thanks for being here. I may not be going for that much longer. I'll have to see if there's a good stopping point coming up here in a little bit. Your Honor got smoked the got smoted the victim.
Hold it!
Do you recall how exactly you screamed? Any words you might have used? No, I only remember that I screamed. Folks don't tend to remember such much when they're busy crying out in terror, Miles. Exactly, so yes, I screamed, that's all I remember. He presents himself as an innocent bystander, but nothing could be further from the truth. Given what he is, things couldn't have happened as he claims. The contradiction in his testimony is clear as day. Actually, not to me. So the thing that I was thinking was, he doesn't remember how, but he found himself in front of the door. If he was in the workshop, and then he just walked out, shouldn't an alarm have gone off? That's what I was wondering. So, I have plenty of health, so I'm gonna try it.
Objection!
Yeah. Glad to see me? Aw, thank you. Enough of these pathetic lies, Mr. Sawit. I'm afraid you've rather lost sight of what you are. Oh, what I am? I know precisely what I am. I am a former newspaper salesman who's training to be a pet stylist.
Hold it!
But that's not all you are, is it? Or did you forget that bracelet you wear around your wrist? A bracelet that marks you as a prisoner, and therefore unable to move around as you please. As we both know, stepping outside that door would have sounded an alarm. Well...
But there's no way you could have looked into the other workshop without leaving the room you were in. Hooey! Stylishly done, Edgeru. But doesn't this mean that Mr. Sawit couldn't have found the body then? Good question, Kay. Perhaps Mr. Sawit himself can explain. So, actually, I may have forgotten to mention one very important detail. Sorry about that. Of course. I can explain exactly how I was able to see the body if you like. By all means, go ahead. There's a little trick we prisoners know about, you see. As long as you leave your bracelet inside the door, you can lean out without triggering the alarm. Yeah, but the doors are still far enough away to where you wouldn't be able to look, like, down into the window. That's how I was able to peek through the window and into the workshop next door. Inside, I spotted the victim's dead body, which made me scream in fright. So he's saying. Like, the doors are kinda close, but still, like, if... I don't know. He was able to take a look next door because he had kept his arm inside Workshop B as he leaned out. Please don't tell anyone about our little trick, especially not the guards, please. Is this it? Is this all he was hiding? I'd better dig a little deeper into his testimony. Maybe after we get through this guy's full whatever he's gonna do, we'll call it quits there for the day.
Hold it!
Tell me some more about this trick, Mr. Sawit. Of course, it's quite simple, really. Oh.
Hold it!
I suppose this allows you to enjoy a little taste of freedom? It does. To be honest, it's one of the few things that it brings me joy anymore. A rather surprising source of joy, but rule breaking isn't exactly a demonstration of remorsefulness, is it? Oh, but I am remorseful. I always am. I'm a model prisoner, after all. I'm beginning to suss that he doesn't know what a model prisoner actually is. So he used this trick to peek through the window. That's right, yes. I made sure the guard wasn't looking, so I leaned out into the corridor.
Hold it!
Why did you make so much of an effort just to take a look? Well, you see, I heard noises coming from the next door. And that room was supposed to be empty, so I thought it was strange. And you went to look as soon as you heard these noises? Yes, of course. I had to see what was going on, so I went right away. I see. Are there any problems with what Mr. Sawit just said? Yeah. You claim that you looked into the next door room as soon as you heard some noises. If that's the case, you must have seen more than just a dead body. Because the person who made the noises should have been in there too. You've got him quaking in his boots, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Sawit, tell us the truth about what you saw. You do, of course, have the right to remain silent. But it will do little to dispel the notion that you were somehow involved in this crime. I'm sorry. I did see something else, but it's too insane to believe. I really thought I might have dreamt it. That's why I wasn't sure if I should mention it. Just tell us what you saw. All right. It was that dog. And what I saw is the stuff of nightmares. That huge black dog had sunk his terrible teeth into the victim's throat. What did you say? It was hellish. Utterly hellish. That beast! That awful beast! He killed him! Suddenly I don't feel so good. Jeepers creepers, that's awful. Talk about traumatizing. It was dreadful, horrible. Now you know why I couldn't help but scream.
So there's a man-eating dog in the prison's animal population, is there? Biting the victim's throat. And that really is everything, I promise. You believe me, don't you? For now, this one seems too far-fetched a lie, even for you. I'd like you to append what you just told us to your testimony, if you don't mind. Very well.
Hold it!
How much do you remember about the man you saw? Oh, I remember everything. Let's see. He had blonde hair, and his neck was covered in blood because he was... dead. Yes, we know that, Mr. Sawit. Thank you very much. I'm just telling you what I saw. I thought you attorneys were obsessed with the little details. There's some serious venom behind those words. Something tells me he may not have had the best experience with defense attorneys in the past. I also saw that black dog, his mouth clamped tight around the man's throat. You're sure this black dog was biting the victim? Yes, there was blood everywhere! The beast's mouth was dripping with it, and... Whoa, whoa, whoa! Spare us the gory details, will you? What about the victim? Was he... Eek! Don't say it! Don't say it! Do you really need to ask him that, Mr. Edgeworth? Okay, what was that punch for? I'm on your side here. He wasn't moving at all. He was just lying there. Meaning he was already dead. There was so much blood just oozing from his neck. Oh, he was dead as a doornail, I'm sure of that. Not even the twitch of a finger, just lifeless. Enough already! Why do you have to go into every little detail like that? To give you a nice and accurate testimony. That is what you want, isn't it? Shall I add what I've said to my testimony, Mr. Edgeworth? Please do. It was awful, I tell you. Terrible.
Hold it!
You paint a very vivid picture. Well, I had a front row seat, I suppose. Shh, it's okay, Emma. Shh, it's okay. It's okay, Emma. No barking. It's okay. I could almost feel the agony of the poor man's final moments. I don't think I'll be getting any sleep tonight, Mr. Edgeworth. You won't? Well, that's unfortunate. Shh, no, it's okay. Come here. It's okay. Come here. Come here. Come see. See me. Oh, okay. Yeah, and it's all your fault for pressing him for more gory details. I'll be having nightmares tonight myself. It's all still so fresh in my memory. Remember seeing his ring?
Hold it!
How did you see his ring? You seem to have a very clear memory of this ring, Mr. Sawit. Well, I used to go door to door selling newspaper subscriptions, you see. I had to take people in at a glance. Their appearance, their mood, that sort of thing. Figuring out who exactly you're dealing with is the first step in any sale. Except in this case, you were figuring out a corpse. What can I Shh! Hey, no. No. Shh. It's okay. What can I say? Force of habit. One that served me very well in my sales career, if I do say so myself. Shh. Shh. No. Even so, you seem to have remembered things to an Shh. Shh. To an uncanny level. I suppose. Nevertheless, it's true. I remember the ring and the relief. All of it. Shh. Stop, Emma. Come here. Stop. Shh. Come here. I know what I saw, Mr. Edgeworth, and my eyes don't lie. So Knight was bitten in the throat by the dog that lives here in the prison? Not the most plausible of explanations, I have to say. Well, they do say that pets take after their owners.
But there are some things that they shouldn't take after. Not if they're supposed to help reform their owners. Otherwise, what's the point of having an animal therapy program?
I should probably ask Mr. Sod a little more about this dog.
A stab wound through the throat.
Objection!
Ah, come on. How is that not the answer? Come on. I did press that statement.
Hold it!
I already pressed that, so what does he mean by asking about the dog? Oh, yeah, because the tarp was over him.
Objection!
You're fine. A ring with a snowflake relief? Yes, I saw it, clear as day. It was carved in such fine detail. Interesting, your testimony is certainly very accurate. In fact, I'd say it's just a little too accurate. And what's wrong with being too accurate? I mean this. You testified to having seen a ring with a snowflake design on it. And while the victim did indeed have a ring on his finger... See? Exactly as I said. There was no way you could have seen it. Take a look at this photograph. As you can see, the victim's right hand was covered by a tarp. It would have been impossible for you to see his ring, let alone what design was on it. Unless, that is, you approached the body and removed the sheet. You told us earlier you only took a look through the window in the door. Yet you seem to have seen quite a lot from such a disadvantaged location, Mr. Side. Who the heck do you think you are, huh? Mr. Big Shot acting like you know it all? I mean, I saw what I saw, I swear. Oh, I know, the man's arm. It must have moved under that tarp after I peeked in.
Objection!
Nonsense, you already told us that he couldn't have been the case. Yeah, he wasn't moving. You said it yourself that the victim was already dead. A dead man doesn't move, do they? Hoo-wee! Is that the stench of desperation I smell? What are you hiding, Mr. Sod? Tell us. No, You're wrong. I know what I saw. Yeah, there it is. You couldn't let it go, could you? Had to keep on poking and prodding. You slimy two-bit associate attorney! It seems the real Mr. Sod has finally revealed himself. Whoa, that's quite the rug he was rocking. Came straight at you like some kind of flying black cat. Look, I'm just a sweet innocent witness here! But are you really? Because I must say, I have doubts. Very serious doubts. What's that supposed to mean? You saw something that should have been impossible to see from the outside the workshop. So, how did you do it? That's simple. Mr. Sod, this is where you were standing when you saw the body. He must have been in the room.
Take that!
You were in the same room as the body. That's the only way you could have seen the relief on the ring. Say what you want, but you don't have a shred of evidence, do you? Nothing to prove I was in the room with the body anyway. You can't prove it, can you? Because I was in the next room over. Minding my own business and looking after the animals. Why else would I have signed out a pair of rubber gloves? For what?
Take that!
Yeah, I saw the glove in his pocket and I was like, where's the other one? Remind me, Mr. Sod, what were you doing when you discovered the body? How many times do I was practicing my pet styling techniques!
Of course. Then perhaps this rubber glove might mean something to you.
That's...
This glove was found by the victim's body. I believe it was dropped by the killer. And I can't help but notice that you have a similar glove tucked into your apron.
No, this one's different!
Hold it!
Yes, that one does seem awfully lonely, doesn't it?
It's just a rubber glove! There are hundreds of them, all over the prison! This doesn't prove anything!
Objection!
Not yet, perhaps, but if I were to ask the police to check this glove for prints, I have a feeling the result would be rather fascinating.
Nice.
It's over.
Objection!
Oh, that wasn't a bad objection for Eddie. That was a pretty rad objection, am I right?
Please, Bender, now is not the time for tomfoolery.
But I have a legit objection, because this isn't over.
There's something that still doesn't make sense. Our man here's a prisoner, right? And he's got one of those bracelet doohickeys on.
It's true! So how could he have left his workshop in the first place? His bracelet would have triggered the alarm if he'd had tried.
Right. We don't have a good explanation for that yet.
Well, anything you'd like to share, good buddy? We're all friends here. That's weird. He should be Clining? That's another typo. It should be cleaning. Clinging. He should be clinging onto that bracelet like the big round lifesaver it is. In what way? As in, it's the best hope of our wig-flinging friend here has for getting off the hook for murder. Sorry, can't get into the crime scene without a bracelet on. If it was me, I'd be arguing that for my life. And yet, he hasn't said a peep about it. I wonder why that might be, Smart, smart. The sound of silence. I suppose Miss Law Priestess did preach that silence and scold yesterday, too. Whoa! You sounded like an actual attorney for a second there, Mr. Fender. The worst of times are when lawyers calmly show our biggest smiles. Dude! No way! So did he learn that from Mia or Gregory? 'Cause Mia was the one that first said it to both Phoenix and Maya. I wonder how he knows. Oh! Gregory taught me that. It was part of the attorney's code he lived by. So then does that mean that Gregory and Mia have met? I don't think she ever was able to tell anyone that, because, you know. So, friend, what's the dealio? Why so coy about your bracelet? Oh, his wig is back. Well, to tell you the truth, it's broken. Broken? I fell over a little while back, you see, and hit it on the floor. After that, it didn't seem to set the sensors off anymore. I should have told the guards about it, I know, but, well, it was awfully convenient. I mean... I see, so your bracelet was broken. But do they really break that easily? If so, then this prison has a serious security problem. Yeah, that's really not good. You there, can we have a moment? Aw, aren't Mew just the cutest? But Meow, how can I help you, sir? This prisoner's bracelet appears to be broken. What? Really? That's not good. I'll get someone to find a replacement right away. Thank you. We'll keep hold of the broken one for the time being. Oh, hey, that's actually useful. Of course, sir. I trust you'll take good care of it.
Sweet. Bracelet sorted. Now to turn to our murderer in, yeah?
What? No, I didn't kill anybody!
Whoa there, Paleo. You were the one who said your bracelet was out of commission. Or were there other inmates freely roaming around the halls while everybody else was busy watching the show?
No, I just found the body, that's all, I promise! And when I did, that enormous dog still had his mouth wrapped around the poor man's neck! I only went into the workshop after the beast had left.
And why did you go in?
Well,
Oh, fine. I wanted to go through his pockets, okay? He was going to rob the corpse? That explains why he remembers Knight's ring in so much detail.
Hey, why are you looking at me like that? I'm a great thief. I'll never stoop so low as to
I'm a little busy for a moment, sorry. I'll come out in a minute.
I'm a great thief. I'd never stoop so low as to steal from a... Well, I didn't steal anything either. The show ended just after I'd entered the room, and all the other inmates came trickling downstairs thereafter. I panicked, rushed back to the other workshop, and started my fake screaming.
And dropped the glove in your haste, huh?
Wait, Emma. You need to wait. I'm almost done here, okay, Emma?
I guess this is all just about hangs together. Anything smell funky to you, Miles? Other than whether Mr. Sawage is the one who did it, or who is the one who did it, I'd say one very significant question still remains. The question of how Knight made it into the prison proper from his holding cell in the detention center. Ooh, yeah, that one's a doozy. I also can't help but wonder about another key feature of Mr. Saw's testimony. The dog, yeah. That dog's involvement can only mean one thing. Mr. Saw?
Yes? What is it?
Were you the only prisoner who didn't go to watch the show?
Well, no. There was one other who didn't.
Am I right in thinking that this person couldn't have watched the show, even if he'd wanted to?
Yes. How did you...
I knew it. I had my sus when we first ran into the black dog yesterday, but this confirms it. For a criminal that dangerous to end up in a place like this is unbelievable, but... Where is this person's cell? You're going to see him?
Who are we talking about here?
Him! He's not like the other prisoners you know. He's special. Gets treated like royalty.
But you didn't hear that from me.
All I'll say is, if you value your life, you'll stay well away from him.
What? Will you please stop trying to scare us all the time?
The big cheese, huh? Well, I for one definitely value my life, so that sucks. They keep him in maximum security.
Which is over there.
Yeah, through the other gate.
This one behind me.
Maximum security. Well, that's certainly one way of treating someone differently.
Alright, quit being so mysterious and tell us who he is already.
Let's just say he's highly skilled when it comes to people's lives. Better than anyone, in fact.
And, that's all I'm prepared to say on the subject. In fact, I may have already said too much.
Well, Milesy, anything you care to share? Or are you going to leave Kay and I in the dark here, too? The mystery man in maximum security is an old acquaintance. Let's go pay him a visit. I suspect we'll find our dark canine friend there, too.
Okay. Okay. So... I'll wait until the ad ends. Okay. I believe this is where I'm gonna save. And stop for today. Okay. Oh, that's kind of scary, actually.